Today on Commonly Good MTG, we're playing a rotation-proof mono-black mid-range deck, and we're going to take it out and smack some people around. If you like mono-black and you want to find something that's going to last you beyond 3-4 weeks from now, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, voted best looking dude you've never seen by your mom, Dr. Yukon Suckett. Yes, thank you, Jimmy. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Suckett. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by the other video creator called PobrePlaninauta, who I will rip off completely. But he has such incredible decks, I just can't stop doing it. And it's called Black Mid-Range Rotation Proof. He had me at Rotation Proof. So, yeah, man, it was a cool looking deck. It was, fairly standard, but I'm always looking for things that are going to last more than another couple more weeks. So here we are. This is what we're playing today. I'm also looking forward to Bloom Borrow and seeing what we can add to this later on. I'm not paying attention to spoilers right now. I'll pay attention at the last second, because that's the best time to study. Just before you need to know the knowledge. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in the deck. We'll talk a little bit how the deck should work, and then we're going to go out. We're going to crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got going on here? We got Creature Kill, a dude that gets bigger and gets Death Touch. A guy that lets you pull dudes out of other people's graveyards. Creature Planeswalker Kill. It does damage to your opponent whenever it attacks and draws, based upon the mana value of the top card. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Go Hand Hate, Death Touch, card draw, Creature Kill, and forces them to discard. Causes damage whenever they draw a card, gives you life whenever you draw a card. This one really should just be an enchantment, man. That's what that should be. Bloodletter does, whenever they lose life, they lose twice that much life. Suck it, opponents. That's what's going to happen. Phyrexian Fleshgorger has lifelink and menace. It can either be a 3/3 or a 7/5, depending upon what you can afford. Virtue Persistence does -3, -3, and you gain 2 life. If you put out for 7, you could drag a creature from any graveyard back to the battlefield at the beginning of your upkeep. This guy becomes a man land. This one puts out little poison babies and 22 regular swamps just for the fun of it. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to control the board a little bit. It's not a lot, but some. Get out a decent amount of guys, run ourselves up the curve, utility our way through some card draw, some hand hate, and then pretty much force people to die by drawing cards and doing twice as much damage whenever we do the damage we do. That sounds like fun. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to, once again, hear the lamentations of the women. All right, we are playing again, SmokingJames. Twos and threes. All right. I'm ready to get prototype at first. I thought it was dumb. And now we play prototypes like all the time. What are you going to do? Oh, good. You don't have any counter spells. No instants at the moment. I appreciate that. So that thing, he's probably going to bounce or he can ossify. Yeah, now he's being full on Esper. Yeah, I'll take that action. All right, we're up to 14. I can throw away lands. I don't necessarily need them. Be nice to get to 7. I've got 4, 5, 6, but the question is he can put any creatures out. He's got creatures. He's got lots of creatures. All right, definitely. I need to keep Bitter Triumph. All right, double it up in turn. We got enough to go after something if he puts it out. Can't put out Sheoldred. He doesn't have enough black. I guess I just have to kill that thing is what I got to do. There you go, stupid bat. Take a look at my hands. See what you got there. Sure, let's do the other. We're gonna lose it to a board wipe, aren't we? Ooh, apparently not. Winner, winner! Victory dinner! Alright, we were playing against... I can't even read this. Staceroca? Staceroca? That seems appropriate, I suspect. 1, 2, 3, keep. I was going to build Tinybones, but apparently I'm just going to cut something down. Let's just wait till his turn. Let's see what happens here. I think we can get to that thing. I just want to convince him everything's cool. There we go. That's brutality right there. 2 Tinybones. This guy's playing Orzhov at the moment. I can go steal him. The Tinybones that I got. All right, 3. Let's go in. You gonna give up Jadar for this? No. Absolutely. He didn't seem to have a whole lot going on. That's not great. Okay, great. So he's not attacking creatures individually. I do appreciate that. All right, let's 4 up. Let's put out a nice Sheoldred. I don't have any mana left. No attacks. Okay, so he wants to make copies of stuff because he likes it a lot. I guess I could have blocked Sheoldred. That would have been fine. All right, you giving up Ratadrabric? I know he's your clutch guy. You're down to 10. You're down to 8. I think I got you next turn, unless you got some creature removal on you against my guys. That's a singleton, man. I haven't played Ratadrabric in a long time. That was a really good card. Alright, he's gaining life. 14. We got 5. Let's do little Gix action. That's fine. And we got send Sheoldred. Sheoldred's our boy. Let's send in. He wants to lose stuff though. All right, Preacher. We might just have to push it. What do we got going on here? Death Touch, so there. Everything's got Menace on it, so that's the end of our lineup there. Alright, we're down to 3. And we lost. That was a good lineup, man. I liked it. Defeat. Alright, playing against Silveira. Silveira. I don't know. Keep. Alright, we got Involved Sleeper and the Tinybones. Let's go for Evolved Sleeper. Tinybones will come out later. He's much more value than a single black would imply. Plus, you need to get some stuff in the opponent's graveyard. Alright, this will get his hand. Now he'll be able to take it out. Let's just see. Let's just go after this one. That's the lesser of the two. We'll have to pay more to take that other one out. Of course, he gets the lesser one back. Alright, so he's got Prowess. Because if Tinybones is going to be really good, he'll probably just try to shoot it. Which he can easily do. He just is not even going to bother with that then, huh? Alright, go, Tinybones. And a pump. Give myself some life. Be prepared to Blockosaurus Rex. It cost me 2 to put him up to the next level. All right, Mono Red, you're thinking way too much to be Mono Red. You're supposed to be balls to the wall. Just go for it, hippie. I guess I'll feed Qbert while we're waiting. Alright, blood. Letter. We need. The problem is our mana is going a little too slowly here. Because we're only able to attack with the Deep-Cavern Bat. Alright, so Fugitive Codebreaker is actually the worst guy for us. We got to block that guy. Monastery Swifts here, not that big of a deal. He's got a single pump. Could we rock it in two different ways here? Let's try that out. He's got to pump up to give. He's got to give defense to the Codebreaker because Prowess isn't going to do it. He's got like a monstrous rage in there. He could get past it. No matter what, the Swiftspear is going to die. Unless he shoots Tinybones. There's monstrous rage. No, it did. Both died. Excellent. All right, and Rupp put out a nice Yawgmoth. Let's send in who we got. And yeah, I'll take that action. Let's see what we got going on there. All right, Caustic Bronco will be cool on the next turn. Alright, so if he has no pump, I could just sit there and block with both dudes and that guy will die. And apparently that's what he had. No pump. No pump, pump, a pump. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Rockwurm. Touch your wolf. It looks stinky. It looks like you haven't bathed it in 16 years. Alright, so it's a single one, which means next turn I can put out Tinybones and jump that guy up. That's what I got to do. Or I just kill that guy. Let's do that. I told you, and then we'll put out Tinybones as well. It'd be great if I could just go steal them. I can't steal them. All right, let's see what our Majesty has for us. Nothing. I didn't realize we only had 2 mana. That's kind of bad. He's laying them out one at a time. Do I want to give it back to him? Go steal his stuff? No, I don't. Yeah, let's just send them all in. It's fine. Yeah, he's giving her that Tinybones. I hope I pick up a 4th mana. I'd really like to put Sheoldred out. There we go. Magic is easy when you get what you ask for. Nicely done. There you go. Let Sheoldred just rub your face in it. You got a creature. Why would you do that? Ah, let's send him all in. That's fine. You blocked it all right. Good job. All right, the Fleshgorger's looking pretty hungry. This deck doesn't usually play board wipe, so I'm not really too worried about it. It usually just tries to think that it's going to do all the creature stuff it's going to do. It's like this guy doesn't know how to be tricksy about the situation. He just knows just fly straight in. I mean, I appreciate that. It's a very goblin mentality. I've got a bat. I can't go with the little my bat because of it. Put out the Preacher. You can do a maximum of 3 damage. We got a little menacey thing going on here. Yeah, let's give it... Let's do that. Do I want to give up the Fleshgorger? Sure, why not? I don't care, man. If I was you, I'd block the Fleshgorger. You're going to get your value by getting another bat back. Nope, that's not the way to block. Yeah, playing against the deck you have is not going to do very well. We're going to be ripping this thing apart. It's grinding you down, but look, it's 29-6, man. And you got another bat. All right, I can put out Sheoldred again, so let's just let it go then. And we'll go with everybody. We're picking up a lot of land here, aren't we? Truckload of it. You gotta block one more to be able to do that. Alright, you die your next turn. That's all there is to it. Oh, we got 4. Okay, never mind. Yeah, your life gain, that Luminous Phantom has just done wonders for you. You should have been dead like, I don't know, 3 turns ago. Alright, you know, that was a mistake on your part. That's okay. Victory! Alright, playing against Lucifarean. Lucifarean. That's when you love reggae and I love Lucy. Keep. I think a bat's going to look at your hand. I remember when Borderless was the big rage. Oh, Borderless. Alright, there. Oh, we can touch the precious. Touch it, touch it, touch it. I'm going to touch the precious. That's too bad the Evolved Sleeper wasn't out last turn. Anything go after my hand here specifically? I'm not sure the light. You always have to go after the direct creature that kills. Because otherwise they'll just go after the Deep-Cavern Bat and take it out. Let's go draw some cards. Card draw combo. Alright, cool. I can take something else from him. The thing I don't want him to put out is that bad guy that right there, Surge Engine. Gotta be sacrificial. Let's see what else he's got in his hand. Needs more mana for the other guy. We can go after him next turn. Let's put out a nice Evolved Sleeper. And let's send in a little life gain for us. 18 more turns to go. Alright, there was nothing for us to do as far as going after his hand. So we just got to let the bats do what the bats do and gain his life. I can't block it. It's a 5-4. Alright, let's Sheoldred this puppy. And we'll just send in the bats again. The other guys can act as nice blockers. Can't do anything about Surge Engine. I don't have any direct combat damage at this point. I'm not even sure this deck has it. The life gain sure is helping, though. Let's take a look. We got Bitter Triumph. There's only 2 of them in here, though. Virtue Persistence, not enough to kill it. I think Bloodletter is going to be nasty here pretty quick. All right, Lucy, it's still your turn, I think. I don't know whose turn. Is my turn? Your turn? Something. Yeah, your turn now. That took a long time to get to that point. What's the deal? Is your mom telling you to take the garbage out or something? He's drawing the card. What's nice is that even though new competitors can be gone, we'll still be able to have these precious holding gargoyles for quite a long time. Yeah, man, you just have to commit to it, man. That's all you got to do. Commit, 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 commit. All right, we're down. You got us all tied up. Okay, so he could potentially do 4 points of damage to our friend Sheoldred if I were to send Sheoldred in. I'm white, and he's not going to have a whole lot of pump going on there. He could pump up the autonomous assembly worker, but he would have to tap it to do it. Let's go for a trick. How does that sound? Nah, let's not bother with tricks. Can I do both? No, I can't. All right, tricks it is. Tricks are for kids. I'll hold back that guy's a chump. I'm hoping he'll go after something. And now I'll use cut down to keep myself alive. This is your opportunity. You could jump in front of Sheoldred with the two of them and then pump up the autonomous assembler. Do it. Ooh, that's what you're going for, huh? You might as well use that guy to do it. All right, little death touch. I mean, I guess he probably would have been dead. I mean, if I would have played the Bloodletter earlier, he would have played different choices, I suspect. The worst thing would be a board wipe at this point. If you guys 2 cards back, that would be bad. That's it. He loses. Suck it, suck it, suck it. You're going to really suck it. Victory. We are playing against Daif. Daif. Interesting. All right. Oh, I didn't know Tinybones was in here. He's got them tiny bones. All right, we got 3s and we got 4. We got the mana for everybody. All right, you want to trade? I totally would trade if I were you. Double Bloodletters, that is a vicious, vicious combo. Okay, well, apparently your train Mirrex is going to be dead. All you can do is potentially put out a singleton. I don't think that's happening. Oh, Liliana. I don't have an option here. How much these guys cost? 6 and 2. All right. What are you getting rid of here? Interesting. That is an interesting call. All right, well, start putting guys out next turn, potentially. What do we do here? Saddled. We need saddled too. All right, well, that's it. He doesn't like me stealing dudes from him. Victory! All right, so we are with our rotation proof. Mono black mid-range. It's a pretty standard deck. I mean, we've seen this deck a bunch. It seems in one form or another. This one's just got a nice balance to it. You know, eventually it comes down to just tuning in the details. And I think this deck has got it almost as good as you could possibly get it. I'm not a big fan of 2s because, I mean, unless that you're playing within the same family of cards. Like the one card I really appreciate probably is Bitter Triumph. Because the other one, Go for the Throat, you know, what does that one cost you 2 life? This one goes after Planeswalkers. What was I thinking about? Was it really Go for the Throat? The one that doesn't go against artifacts, that one's really stinking it up. I usually don't like Cut Down either because, you know, it's not good enough there. It seems like these are all cards where you can play around, have maybe 1 or 2 of them, but then have a bunch of other cards that are just like it to fill up the 4 slot. This deck is really light on direct creature control. We've only got the 2, and then 3. It feels light. If I had put this together as a Dr. Suckett special, there'd be a lot more creature control in it. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Was this deck... who's the MVP? That's our first number there, right? Who was the MVP? I can tell you the card that I was wanting badly the entire time was Bloodletter of Aclazotz. I'd have to say, like, all these guys are great. They're great cards. Tinybones, Evolved Sleeper, the Bat, Yawgmoth, Sheoldred, Preacher, Liliana. And the Fleshgorger. I'm going to give it to Bloodletter. Reason why is because Bloodletter essentially gives all your dudes double strikes, right? It makes them so that not only your dudes, but like the effects that cause loss of life, double it. You double the amount. So that's weird because it's something that that black doesn't normally do, but red does, right? Because red will double damage. But in this case, we get out of a black card. I'm going to give it to the Bloodletter of Aclazotz. That dude by far is pretty awesome. Plus, he's not a legendary. So you can have multiple in plays, which just goes nuts on the amount of damage you're inflicting at any particular time. All right, Bloodletter, you are my MVP of this deck. Congratulations, you are going to Disneyland. Was this deck competitive? In the casual, I had 100%. In ranked, I got 75%. So I'm going to say, yeah, this was a competitive deck. It seems fairly obvious. I'm surprised this deck doesn't do better on the tiered list. I'd expect this to be in the top 5. Yet it probably isn't. It's probably like, I don't know, 7 or 12 or something like that. Anyways, I like the fact that it's rotation proof. I like the fact that it's a good deck. It's got lots of utility. Yeah, this is a good, fun deck. It's really worth it. Oh, I guess I just skipped ahead. Was this deck fun? Yeah, absolutely. What was fun about it? It was a nice, selection of cards amongst all of the slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 3. This is a 2, essentially. So you can play early. For being mid-range, you got a lot of early aggro play, which makes the deck a lot of fun. Plus, this deck has a lot of utility. So you always got something tricksy going on. You got your creatures or top shelf guys. Yeah, man, this is an incredibly fun deck. Was it interesting? The cards are boring, but then again, we are in late rotation. We've seen cards in here that have been around for 3, well, not this one, I guess 2 years at this point. 2 years. Normally they would be rotating out. It'd be the stuff from like Liliana would be gone. We got her for a whole nother year, but Liliana would be gone. And what else? Probably Evolved Sleeper. Yep. Yeah, we'd be getting rid of Cut Down normally, but yeah, it's 3 years rather than 2 now. So we got these guys for quite a while. So they seem kind of boring. We've been playing for a long time. We know how good they are individually. We know who their combo points are. I like the fact that this deck isn't as hot on combos as it could be, because sometimes I feel like they're a little over the top. Like there's the one that forces your opponent to draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. And when you combo that with Sheoldred, they lose then like, what is that, 6, 7, 8, 9 life as well, right? That could finish a game off. In fact, I might put that in here if I was playing this deck, just because it is a good bomb at the end of the game to totally destroy things. And plus, you can use it for yourself. If you played it for yourself, you gain a truckload of life as well as drawing a bunch of cards. That's a great combo with this particular deck. But you don't have it. But everything else in here is still incredibly, incredibly good. Still, it doesn't seem incredibly new, but you can't have incredibly new at this point. You just can't. Another month from now, we'll see what happens. So anyways, I'm going to have to rate this thing based upon where we are in the current set. Let's just add it up. Is this deck competitive? Yes. Is this deck fun? Yes. Is this deck interesting? I'm going to say yes, it was. I can't do it. It's not interesting because it's just the great cards that are in the black deck. I'm going to give this deck a solid A. It's well worth playing. You should totally play it. It's not in the top 5, so therefore it's not completely a cliche deck. But if you're playing mono black, you're obviously playing something that's a lot like this. The other great one, those Skeletons. The Skeletons is a fantastic aggro deck. So I'm glad that mono black has at least 2 different decks out there. This is one of them. If you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. Alright, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.